And we're going live in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to the Brooks and Trumbull Show. I'm your host, Nick, alongside my partner in crime, Kelly Brooks.
What's up, everybody?
Who today we have our very first on-video guest.
Very exciting.
I'm so excited. She's the Chief Business Officer, like the fanciest title anyone could ever have.
I love that title.
She has done recruiting for 11 years and now runs aerospace. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Kelly Wineland.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning,
so excited
good
to be
morning.
here. I am very excited. Yes, I am a part of the management team at Remax Aerospace and could not be more excited to be a part of this awesome podcast.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for coming. I mean, this is very exciting.
I'm very excited to be here, and I can't wait to talk with you guys today.
So we're talking about some real estate. Real estate back to basics.
The back to the basics from Kelly Wineland herself. So, question number 1.
Yes.
You said this to me, like, I don't know, it was a couple weeks ago. I heard you say this, and I thought, wow, that is just an incredible line. You said real estate isn't hard. It's just different right now.
Yes.
Talk us through that. What's different from today's real estate climate in the aspects of an agent versus what it was 2 or 3 years ago?
Besides everything?
Besides it completely being on its head now?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I think the biggest difference is we just, back 2-3 years ago, it was just a different climate. We just had a whole different vibe in the market. Our agents were, things just weren't staying on the market. They weren't really even able to do open houses because nothing stayed on the market long enough. There was so many offers coming in every day.
Right.
As soon as they hit the market, there was 6 or 7 offers coming in if it was, priced right and everything else. So I think the biggest change is, you're having to get back to the basics. You're having to go back to the fact that it's a relationship business and kind of start back from square one with getting with that follow-up, really touching all of those clients that you haven't really talked to in several years that you didn't have to do 2 or 3 years ago because there was so much coming in.
Right. I think we've definitely been spoiled. I mean, everybody from real estate to mortgages, title, I think everybody's been spoiled just for the last few years because it's been so busy. Now we have to, like you said, get back to the basics and start from the beginning and touch base with past clients, and because now we have lots of time to do things like that.
Yes.
So,
well, and with your business that you're in as well, you have a similar, kind of situation as well. You're having to do the same thing. You go out and you're marketing. And the biggest part of it is, I think that we got very transactional. And I think that now we have to kind of bring it back in, get back with your clients, do more client appreciation, do more pop buys, do more open houses, and just really get back out there because it's a lot of noise right now. Their agent count got so high during that time too. And now things are kind of trickling back some. So, survival of the fittest is out there right now. And that's what's going on,
It's a feast or famine market right now.
yes,
for
it's
sure.
crazy.
It is.
I mean, gosh, we've been doing this for a long time. So we've kind of lived through the last crash. This is not a crash. This is totally different.
Yeah.
But it's been challenging this year.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
sure.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. And like all the, real estate gurus, whether you listen to Jared James or Tom Ferry or Brian Buffini or Travis Robertson, whoever it is that you subscribe to, I think the biggest thing that they're really speaking to right now is the fact that you do have a challenging market. And so when someone asks you, how's the market? Don't go, oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's like so different. Say it's a challenging market.
Right,
Things are a little bit different. You just have to kind of just change your perspective a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, mindset is huge.
Absolutely.
And I went through a little bit of that, just over the summer. I was like, gosh, what's wrong with me? Like this is so different because you get nervous. I mean, when you're in this type of business, you don't have a paycheck you can count on. It doesn't work like that. So if the phone's not ringing and you're not closing loans, you're just kind of get scared.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So today, Kelly is going to walk us through your top 5.
Kelly.
That
Kelly squared.
Kelly
I know.
squared. Kelly squared today. You're going to walk us through your top 5 points on how you can get back to the basics and what are some of those big, ticket items that you can revert back to and restart that real estate business if you're either a new agent, or you're an old agent who reaped the benefits of 2021, 2022, and now you got to revert. So today she's going to go over that for us. So without further ado, number one, what is your biggest tip for the real estate market?
I think honestly, like going back to open houses, I think that either for new agents who are coming into the business, who are looking for those hot leads coming through the door, who are actively looking, or for agents who are wanting to sit an open house of their own client to, number one, appease their client, because clients want open houses. They want everyone to see it. They want as many eyes on it as possible. I really think that that is a huge thing. And doing a mega open house, I always recommend, if you're having an open house, you need to go by and personally invite 6 to the left, 6 to the right, 12 across.
Oh.
Just so you're inviting all the neighbors, because neighbors are nosy too.
Yes.
And you can get you can get potential listings from those people, because they're like, oh, I wonder how much they're selling their house for. I wonder if I can get that from mine. And so you could get that business, as well as anybody who's coming in and walking through the house as well. And, you know, something that we like to do, I mean, our agents obviously work each other's open houses all the time, which is amazing. But even if you're sitting your own open house, try to get those listings that are all around you and personally invite them and make it a big deal. You know, go have a sponsor come in with you and do a hot dog cart or something that make it special, you know, and really attract all the eyes to it.
So throw a big party.
So it's definitely funny that you say that too, because I did an open house with another agent a couple weekends back. And while the traffic was not super high volume as a higher priced property, a member from the condo actually walked in and was like, how much are you selling this for?
Yeah.
And they were like, this is the price. And he was like, wow, I bought this back in like 2000 and whatever it was, early 2000s. So they were like, well, I didn't know I could make this much money. You could list mine. And just like that, he picked up a client just by sitting in an open house.
Organic lead generation.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like the boots on the ground mentality of being able to actually be in person, face to face with somebody. You can't pay for that kind of like, you know, interaction. So I feel like just, you know, putting yourself out there and make it a big deal. And if you're making it a big deal for that client, then those other neighbors are going to go, wow, that's what they're going to do for me. They're going to have a mega open house. They're going to invite all the neighbors. They're going to be boosting it everywhere. Yeah. And that's when you kind of get into like the social media aspect, advertising, things like that too. So you kind of have to go back to like the, you know, old school mentality of having the open house, but then also tap into the tech stuff as well to make sure that you're getting the most visitors as possible as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
That's great advice. And so do you think a lot of agents in your office are doing that, the mega open houses? And
a lot of them will team up too. If there's a couple different listings in the neighborhood, they'll say, okay, you're doing one down the way. They'll get like a golf cart in the neighborhood, and they'll take people from one open house to the next.
I love that.
It makes it exciting for that aspect too, because people are like, oh, this is so cool. I get lunch. I get to be carted around the neighborhood to go see the open houses. And it does. It's a good teamwork mentality with it, because you kind of have to, you have to just make the most out of it. And the more people you have involved, the bigger you can make it too.
Yes.
And what's cooler than showing up to an open house with a giant Remax aerospace balloon in the front yard?
It's pretty cool.
Nothing's cooler than
can't
that.
miss it.
Yeah, we have the giant 8-foot balloon that our agents use, and it does attract the eye. It really does. Yeah. It's very cool.
I don't think I could miss it if I was driving by.
Yeah.
I think I'd be like,
what's going on there? I want to go check that out.
I don't know. You drive pretty fast. You could potentially miss it.
I drive slightly above the posted speed limit.
Yeah.
Averagely.
Yes.
Something like that, right?
So the next thing on the list, I love this. This is, but I'm not crafty, so it's hard for me. But you just taught a class about this.
I did.
The pop buys. Those are so fun. And luckily you have a very
I do.
amazing wife that does those for you, because otherwise you'd be screwed.
She is she's the punniest person that you'll ever meet in your life.
Okay, you said that twice already today. That's your limit.
No, punny. See, not my limit.
It works. It works every time.
Don't egg him on.
I am the king. I'm the king of holiday pop buy ideas and punny pop buy ideas. Yes, that is true. But you did just teach a class about this, so why don't you dive into that?
So pop buys, I honestly, and like this kind of taps back into as well, like the years that I was recruiting for our office and bringing on amazing agent talent to our office, is I love the cheesy ideas. I think if you can make somebody laugh, like they're going to remember you in one way or another, whether they love it or they think it's the craziest thing they've ever seen.
Yes.
But I think it really does kind of, it's just creating the memory. If you can make somebody think of you and someone says, hey, who's your favorite agent? Who's somebody you recommend? If you come to their mind, you've done your job. That's the entire point of it, is just to be top of mind always. So the pop buys are always fun. I love this time of year. We always do our pop buy class around the fall season. So you can take advantage of Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all of those things coming up. And then we also kind of go into the spring stuff too. But just being able to create inexpensive, you don't have to do this like crazy expensive, $10 an item thing. Go buy Dollar Tree, go buy on orientaltrading.com or one of these sites that does like the bulk stuff, and you can just put a cute little tag on it, your business card, and go. And this also applies to not only past clients, but if you're canvassing a neighborhood that allows you to door knock.
Oh, right.
You absolutely can take advantage of that. We had an agent who came up to me last week, and she was like, I was at your pop-by class, and I did it, and I'm getting a listing in the neighborhood because I went through and I actually did it for the first time in my career, and she's been selling real estate for a really long time. So she absolutely is reaping the benefits of 45 minutes of her time and some cute little, cheesy things that you can take by. And like you said, the punnier the better, because people are going to remember it. I used it.
Boy. Okay. Now you guys are ganging up on me.
She snuck it in there.
I did.
It's all about the punny stuff.
The funny stuff.
I do love the pop by. So when I first started in mortgages, I would do pop buys and take them to real estate offices. So you might remember that, because I think we came to your office.
You popped by our place very often. I loved it. I loved it.
We did. So, but I don't have my partner in crime anymore. My best friend, she moved away because she was really good at all that stuff. So shout out to Clarice. I miss you. And I'm going to make you watch this. So
you'll be watching.
You'll be
watching.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so even if you're, not an agent, and if you're in mortgages, that's a great way to, reach out to agents and things like that too.
Yes,
so.
It applies to all. I mean, we used to have a insurance company that would come by our office, and they would bring the coolest, like, haunted house with, like, things in it, like, just really cute. And we actually used it for, like, decor in our office for, like, it was so cute.
Aww.
And they would bring that by, and they would see all our agents. So it is a really, really big deal. And I think that, the more interaction you have face-to-face is absolutely worth its weight in gold, because, that's the thing, is just getting that FaceTime with somebody. So don't be afraid to knock on a door or ring a doorbell and go see your clients,
that
because
does make me nervous. But
well, and like you said too, though, like at the end of the day, like if you've done your job as an agent, as a loan officer, as an insurance, and you've done your job, when someone says, hey, who do you think of who's your favorite agent? Who's your favorite this? Who's your and you come to mind.
Yeah.
And these are those little trinket items, that really funny item, that punny item, or that, like, haha, that was funny. I remember when they did that for us back, 2 years ago even. Like, it works. It really holds its value.
It does.
In that very cheap or inexpensive, as you call it, item that you did that took you a couple minutes to make.
Yeah, if you throw it together, and like like I said, you don't have to spend a lot of money on it or time, but the thing is, like, it just needs to be something that when they see it, and also, like, extra points if you can get something that they can keep forever. Like, I got, like, the little pie slicers, and it says, and it was like the, any way you slice it, you're my favorite client, or whatever, something like that, so that you can keep it. So every time they see it, they think of you. So if you can give them something they can keep, not just like a quick, like, here's some candy or here's this.
Right.
It's just something that they can, hang on to and remember you from that point on. It's great.
And there's no better feeling when I have a client. I had someone call me out of the blue. It's been 3 or 4 years since I did their loan. And I was like, oh my gosh, they still remember me. Like, that's amazing. So one idea that I had, and we still do it actually. So after you close, we mail you a cutting board that says, like, home sweet home, but then on the back, like, it's got my information, because, like you said, something they keep. And it actually works, because my aunt, I was talking to her one time, and she's like, I can't remember the realtor that helped me. She lives in North Carolina, but she's like, I can't remember the realtor, but oh wait, she gave me a cutting board. And I was like, oh, I'm totally stealing that idea.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had been years, and she had that cutting board. All she had to do was flip it over, and she had the realtor's information.
Absolutely.
So I love that idea too.
It's really,
I love it.
It's really weird that you say that, because in my kitchen right now, as we sit here, I have a cutting board with an individual's name on it.
Wow, that's amazing.
What a coincidence.
Who did my loan, and
she must be a really smart loan officer.
She probably is one of the coolest loan officers ever.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the
for
best.
sure.
He's talking about me, everybody,
No,
just
I'm
in
not.
case.
Wait, what?
Hey. Be nice.
He's like, I know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No.
Funny. Well, the thing is, there's a statistic out there that was the NAR statistic last year, and it was really sad that this was the results of it. But they said 87% of clients don't remember who they worked with, 5 years later. So, I mean, the thing is, you've already worked with them. You've already done the transactional part of the deal. So if you are, not following up with them, you are missing out on that business, on that potential referral business.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, that's when your relationship with the person should begin, not end at the closing table. You should be absolutely taking full advantage of that time with them.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely agree. Okay.
All right, what do we have next here?
Tip number 3. Holiday mailers.
Holiday mailers goes right hand in hand with pop-bys. I think just the cornier and the cheesier, the better. And, items of value, anything that you can provide them. I get tons of postcards at my house. I'm sure you guys do too, from agents who are like, hey, this is what's currently for sale in your neighborhood, or this is what's going on. That's, to me, I feel like an item of value. That's going back to like the open house thing where you're like, oh, I can sell my house for how much?
Right.
Like it just kind of, kind of ties back in with that. But honestly, like I think if you can do a holiday mailer to your past clients, I love the ones that have like the little lotto ticket with like a little, your business cards in it, or, some of our agents kick it old school with like the calendars, the magnet calendars.
Okay, have a confession. I love that idea, and I'm doing it this year.
You need to. You should have ordered with our office. We did a bulk order.
Oh
We
my
could have done it.
gosh, darn.
Let me
Well,
know
now I
next
know for
time.
next year, but
Let us
I
know.
ordered
Goodness.
100 because,
Yeah.
and I'm not tech savvy, so I'm going to hand address all of them,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to go through my database. I know you might have to help me.
He's like,
I mean,
will
no,
help you
just show me how to
labels.
print it on the computer. But yeah, so because I had I put it on my refrigerator, and I had it all year long from a
Absolutely.
realtor, and I was like, this is such a great idea. So
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny because, some of our clients that do them, they're like, I will do these forever. This is the one thing I will save some of my marketing budget for every single year. Because they're like, I go into my clients, they'll invite me over, like when I come in for drop a pie off for Christmas or, Thanksgiving. They're like, my last year's magnet is still hanging on their fridge. So, I mean, it is one of those like long lasting things. So like, some of our agents, they do that every year. We do a bulk order because it's important to be able to have that. And that's one of those longevity items that you can either do as a mailer or a pop by. So
Definitely.
it's a good thing to do for sure. But yeah, mailers, my kind of thing is like a rule of 4. If they're seeing your face in some capacity at least 4 times a quarter, whether it's email, doing a quick video to them to say hi, meeting up with them for lunch, doing a pop by, or a mailer that has your, picture on it, something, if they're seeing your face on a regular basis, that's going to keep that top of mind, feeling with that client.
definitely.
She said that 5-letter word that everyone's scared of.
Video.
Oh, video.
Well,
I was
well,
like, which word?
Which one? He's like, what did she say?
We'll get into video here in a little bit, but that is the
Yeah.
tip of the day, I think,
Yeah,
because everyone's scared of video.
that's the agent kryptonite.
I
They can't stand
say
video.
that
They
I
hate it.
love video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Well-
trying to break out of my comfort zone. Hey, I'm doing a podcast, so there's
right now.
something.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
on
there's-
video. You're already like one
On
step
video,
ahead.
I
Exactly.
know.
We'll get into video in a little bit. So, but a lot of what you're bringing up here though is really reaching out to clients, but big time following up with
Yeah.
clients. You just said it. Your relationship doesn't end at the closing table.
No.
It begins.
It begins.
And that's where you got to do your follow up.
Mhm.
So talk to us about follow up with your clients.
Yeah. So, I mean, the biggest thing for our agents, and I can't tell you how many times I hear from our agents and other agents are like, gosh, if I just followed up with that person, I saw they had somebody else's sign in their yard. And I just, it's
Gosh.
the biggest like gut punch as an
Yes.
agent because you drive by and you're like, that was my person. Well, after 2 or 3 years and you haven't talked to them, are they still your person? Like you
Right.
have to keep that follow up going. And I was telling Nick and Kelly this morning, like we have some agents right now that are saying they are busier right now than they have been in the last year to a year and a half because they're following up. They've been consistently following up with their clients. And now that is like they're reaping the benefits of it now. Now it's all coming full circle. And they're like, okay, now it's time for me to list my house. And I know exactly who I'm going to call because that person has been on, reaching out to me and following up with me. So I know exactly who I'm going to call. They're not going to always remember you. They're going to be like, oh, I remember they were with Remax, or I remember they were this other office, but they may not remember your name. So if they can't remember your name, you got to step up your follow-up game. It is the most important thing you'll ever do. Time block out some time every week. It doesn't have to be every single day, all day that you're just following up with your clients, but do a time block of an hour and a half to 2 hours of power hour where you'll call 20 of your past clients or, and just say, hey, how are you doing? You don't have to be like, hey, you ready to sell your house? Hey, you ready to sell your house? Like, that's not what they want to hear.
Right.
They want to hear, hey, how's it going? I saw, Chase graduated from high school this year. Congratulations. What are your plans? Like, how are things? What college is he going to? Or what's he got going on? That's the relationship building that I think a lot of agents do with their clients, the successful ones that have that really repeat follow-up for referral business, which is what everybody wants. No
Right.
one wants to have to buy leads. You want that referral business,
Right.
And
Especially when you're the person who walked them through one of the largest investments of their
Yeah.
entire life. It's like, have some follow up with those people and those individuals and just say, hey, like, I helped you
Yeah.
with the largest purchase ever. And then you just forgot my name. Like,
Yeah.
do your follow-ups, touch back with people,
Yeah.
ask them how they're doing. Like you said, you don't have to, it doesn't have to always be, Oh, real
business,
estate,
all
business.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's the beauty of Facebook. You know, you can go on
Easily.
and I usually try to friend request, a lot of my clients because I want to keep up with them.
Yeah.
You know, like I have a client, oh my gosh, they're just my favorites, one of my favorites. But, it's nice to see when they have babies and because I have a lot of favorites. I can't pick just one, but they might be at the very top. But yeah, just when they have babies and, going through life things and just, it's important to
that gives you your reason to call. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you go on there and like one of my favorite trainers, Wayne Fredericks, he's a big trainer and with corporate, and he's amazing. And one of his things he's recommending doing now, because there is so much noise on social media and things like that, is to go through and actually create a closed group, like a VIP group for your past clients.
I love this.
So you can actually so when you're doing a client appreciation party or a client appreciation, come swing through and pick up your pie for Thanksgiving or whatever you're doing, it makes them feel even more special. The fact that they're in your like exclusive, like VIP past client club or something.
Wow.
So it just kind of gives you something else to do, and it gives you an easy way to kind of keep everybody in one place too.
Absolutely.
So if you're doing an event, you can say, hey, it's an exclusive event. I'm renting out the Playhouse just for my past clients to come out and see a show, bring your family, like those kind of past clients, events. But it gives you an easy way to keep everyone in one place, and that way you're able to
I
kind of
love
tap into
that. I'm about to do that right now.
Yeah,
I'm
think
about
I
to
need to
stuff
do that.
all of my past clients into a giant VIP group and say, hey guys, look, you're special now.
Yeah.
That just gave me an idea though. So once you create that group, you could reach out to your past clients and say, hey, just wanted to let you know if you are wondering what your house is worth, you reach out to me and we can pull some comps and see if you're even thinking about selling, if it's a number that works for you.
Right.
So, I mean, just to grab their attention too and
Absolutely.
give them some value.
It gives them that value. And you can just easily do a quick video and put it in there and just say, hey, just wanted to touch base with you, let you know this week's or this month's market update. And that way they're feeling like they're getting inside information because they're in your closed group. Like, this is what's going on. It just makes them feel that much closer to you. And the client that he was telling about this, they actually ended up doing a client party, and he increased his volume. He almost tripled his volume in a year because he was doing that really good touch with his clients and staying on top of them. And he tripled his repeat business in a year. The results were insane.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I love that idea. And I've been telling our agents to do that too, because it's something different. It's something that a lot of agents aren't doing. And I feel like that we kind of forget sometimes, the simplest things can be the most effective,
right. Back to basics.
Sure.
Back to basics.
Back to basics.
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 That's what I said.
Basics. And oh boy, this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
This is everyone's this is not real estate agents' kryptonite. This is everybody's kryptonite in today's world, because we're such a social media consumed era now, and everyone's got the tickety talks and the shorts. Everybody wants video. And what's funny about this is that when we started doing this, everyone was like, oh my God, we love your podcast. We love your content.
But where's the video?
Where's the video? I was like, oh, my soul. That's what do you mean? Where's the video? This took a lot of time and effort to get just to this, and it's not enough for you.
Now we're next level, though.
Now we're next level. Look at this. Look at this setup.
I just realized that the little ghost skeleton guy is holding the house.
Yes.
He wasn't doing that last week.
No, well, so my wife said it was too boring.
He's evolved.
Oh,
yeah.
She said it's not Halloween-y enough.
I see.
So she was like, we're going to decorate more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
Halloween
I like it.
vibes. I love it.
So,
okay,
video.
All right, let's talk about it.
Video. Let's talk about it.
Well, first off, I don't think, there's a lot of people who do like themselves on video. You see all the TikToks. Everyone really loves themselves on there.
Some people do love themselves.
Some people love seeing themselves. Oh.
Yeah, but I think the vast majority of people are very self-conscious on video. I, for one, am. I do videos for our agents all the time, hey, this is what's coming up. Jenna will as well. We have a lot of video that's being done in the office for just for informational purposes. But I feel everyone's like, oh, I hate myself on video. And I'm like, you realize people are going to see you. These clients have seen your face. They've seen they've seen everything about you. Yeah. So you shouldn't feel self-conscious about it. You're putting your best foot forward by providing them information, things like that. And video is so much, it just goes so much further. I feel like people will take the second to watch a 2-minute video versus reading a huge email.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's a huge thing. And I think if you're not evolving with, and I do have to say, I'm really proud of our agents recently because I've noticed since we've done our class about it and we were talking about like, get out there, do video. I've seen 5 of the agents who were at our breakfast club who have posted videos. And I am going to give them such a pat on the back in our November one because they had done so good. And I'm so proud of them for doing that because they were like, I'm never going to do it. And I'm like, just take a second and do it. You will not regret it. It's very uncomfortable the first few times you do it, but once you get used to it, it'll just be like second nature. Like, hey, here's some information. The best way to share it is video. People are going to watch it versus reading something about it, you know?
Do you know who I want to see do video more than anybody?
Jerry. Dillon. I know. Jerry Dillon. Jerry. We love Jerry.
Do the videos, Jerry. We want to watch.
Do it. I would totally watch Jerry's videos.
And you know what? I'm going to make fun of him a little bit because I just love him as a guy. He's just such a good, personable guy.
He is.
I hope he does the videos. Like a lot of people over like 50, they hold their camera down low and they like do the looking down. I hope that he like perfects and crafts the like iconic I'm looking down at you video. Like I want him to be the guy.
He do it 100%.
I want him to be the guy.
100%. Yeah, we've had a lot of we had I think 5 or 6 from our last breakfast club who we were talking about the video with you guys. And they were like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And we had a few of them do it. And I'm so proud of them because they did. And they did so great. I'm like, what have you been waiting for? This is like, if you don't go along with the trends, you will get left behind. So I feel like that's the biggest thing.
I mean, I'm old school. I've been doing this a long time. You always like to make fun of me, Nick. Thanks for that.
I'm old school too. It's okay.
So it's hard for me because, I mean, I don't love social media. Like, that's just not my thing. When's the last time I posted something on my business page? But I know, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately, I'm going to get lost in the shuffle because I've got all these youngins coming on up. And, you know, we've got a new one in our office and she's great, but she's doing these videos and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, all AI generated stuff. And it's just like, even, and what's crazy is because I'm still, like, I'm in that weird era, like right in the middle between like kind of old school stuff, kind of newer school stuff, but like this AI takeover is like, what's going on?
That's mind blowing.
What's
I'm looking
happening?
forward to that training that we're going to be doing because I don't know much about it. So that's going to be
it's going to blow
for
everybody's
sure.
minds.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I don't know enough about. I know enough about it to know what I'm kind of talking about with it, but I haven't utilized it enough. Like I feel like AI is scary in one way, but also like I could see where it's going to be a definite advantage for a lot of agents, especially for like time saving, things like that. But I just, like I was telling Nick earlier, I think if you do anything consistently, no matter what it is, whether it's pop-bys, whether it's mailers, whether it's making phone calls, and I told everybody last time, I'm like, I used to keep like a little shot glass on my desk with like a stack of quarters.
So she could put vodka in it. Wait, what?
All day long. It's tequila, okay?
Okay, now we know.
But we know. But I used to keep like a little stack of like poker chips or like quarters or something, and every phone call I would make, I would put it into the shot glass. So that way, by the time I was done, I was like, hey, I like did it. I took care of it. I like did it consistently. It's done for the day. I can move on to my next task. So it just kind of just staying top of mind. But if you do anything consistently, I feel like you're gonna succeed. I think that's it.
And then it's a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you guys took anything away from the podcast, it's that Kelly Wineland used to do shots of tequila all day long.
All day.
To preface her real estate business.
Now we know.
Now we know the real success. It's tequila.
So we'll have to do, we always talked about doing like mortgages and margaritas on Mondays or something. So we'll do something.
Come to that one.
Yes, please.
Oh my God.
That'll be fun.
Marg's Monday.
Marg's Mondays in the mortgage world. Oh my God.
Yes.
We're going to get to like 0.3.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to be like absolutely schnockered.
Yeah.
Living our best life in here.
So how many videos would you say, like, to stay top of mind? Like, what's your suggestion? Like 1 a day or 3 a week, or what do you think?
I feel like if you do too much, you're going to become irrelevant because no one's going to watch anymore.
All the time, right?
I do like 1 a week just to stay top of mind. And like, so like if we have events coming up, and I'm doing them like inside baseball for our agents, like that's typically when we're doing them. We'll say, hey, we got this coming up. Jenna's doing videos for the events that are upcoming. Like if I'm doing the breakfast club, which is always super fun, think tank idea sharing. Like I'm always like, hey guys, don't forget we're doing this in the Cocoa Beach office, because they'll watch that for a few seconds versus reading 100 emails that come out. So like once a week, I think that, or if you have something that's just like pressing, like, the market update or something like that, that's your time. Like if you're in a moment and you're like walking through a new store that's just come to an area and you're like, this would be important for people to know about, like this new store just opened or this new wine bar just opened. do a quick video, talk to the owner, like make a community thing about it too, because
Right.
then they're going to share it. So then your face is out there with their information as well.
Right.
It just ties in. So it depends on your content, but I would say minimum once a week just to stay relevant. It doesn't
Gotcha.
have to be this big, fancy produced thing. Just
Right.
throw it in selfie mode. Hey,
Keep
I'm
it
at
simple.
so-and-so, you know,
Right.
and checking it out today or whatever.
And I saw Chris from your office. She's been doing a lot of like restaurant reviews and stuff. So
Absolutely.
I love that
I
too.
love
and
food.
I mean, yes,
she
you
tags
do.
them and then they share it and
Right.
they comment.
I know.
And
There
it's
you go.
like you're now in their audience is now your audience.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense. It really does.
I mean, it couldn't have led better into the next point here, because Kelly gave her top 5, and now I'm going to give my biggest tip, because I just started out in the market, been doing this for about a year now, and it's perfect. I'm going to lead right into where I was going. Networking.
Yes.
That
Oh,
is
that's huge.
that
yeah.
is my tip of the day for anyone who wants to get into the market now, who wants to start. Even right now, when the market is not the best to jump in.
It's tough.
networking,
It's tough.
networking,
Yeah.
networking. And like you said, you go out to a restaurant, do a video with the business owner,
Yeah.
share it, they share it, and then all their client base sees it.
Mhm.
And then it's not just networking within agents, within
Oh, yeah.
within insurance, with title. It's networking with everybody,
The community.
the community.
Anybody and
Absolutely.
everybody. So I've had, loan officers ask me that are brand new in the business. They're like, well, what did you do to get started? And it's not always going to work for everybody, but luckily, I'm from here and I know a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just racked my brain for, okay, who do I know that maybe does something with real estate? Are they an appraiser? Do they know a realtor?
Yeah.
And just go from there if you're starting from the very beginning. Just reach out
Absolutely.
to anybody and everybody and scream it from the mountaintops
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I do mortgages or I do
Yeah.
real estate and, and what do they call it? Farm your neighborhood?
Yes.
The
right?
book of
Like
business,
you were
farm your
saying.
neighborhood. Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
I haven't done that with my neighbors, but I need to
Mhm.
because 2 doors down, they just bought a house. I could have, done their
Been there-
mortgage,
yeah,
hopefully,
absolutely.
So
Well, I think the networking, like you said, is top. I mean, that's it. Like we do a ton of networking events, but the thing is, like they're networking with each other. But I'm like, I'm all about like get out in the community.
Yeah.
If there's something you really enjoy, if you love dogs, go out and do events with the Humane Society. Do the Cocoa Village event where they have the dog days or whatever it is, the
Yeah.
cause of
Yes.
giving back, that kind of thing. Like if you like find your niche and just go out there and do the best you can to like really make your name for yourself within that niche. Like, don't do the square peg round hole thing if it's not your thing. But
right.
if you are looking for something to get out there with the community, like find your niche and then just get out and just like hammer it. Like
Yeah.
make it your thing and network with everybody who is involved in it. And then when someone asks them, who's your loan officer or
Yeah.
who's your favorite mortgage company or who's your favorite, agent, it's going to be top of mind because they're seeing you. They're seeing you network. They're seeing you get out there in the community and giving back. And I think that's a huge thing
Right.
is giving back to in that way.
Absolutely.
You're very inspiring. It makes me want to
Oh my
go
God.
out and really do some video, even though I don't want to.
Do it.
We're
Just
doing
do it.
more video.
And if you
But-
screw up, just keep going. Like that's
You're
the
right.
thing.
I
Like
just need to
nobody's
do it.
perfect.
I just need to do it.
Nobody's
So
perfect.
yeah.
More reels, more reels.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I know how to do it.
Do all the reels. Yeah, but I mean, so we just went out to the beer garden on Friday and we did an event and a video came out from the event and a lot of agents shared the video, which was great. But then the owner of the beer gardens in Cocoa shared it, and then the guy who did the commentating for the event, he shared it, and then
Yeah.
like random people that
I
he
didn't know
knew.
they shared it. That's exciting.
Yeah, random people that he knew
Yeah.
that like just follow him or in his circle, they shared it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people sharing this video.
There's a lot.
And it's just like,
I was one of them. I shared it. It was a great video. It was fantastic.
it's just
Fun
like,
night.
yeah.
that's how you got to build the spider web.
Yeah.
And it's so important now because you can't sit in the dungeon. It's not 2021 where clients are just landing in
No.
your lap anymore. You've got to go out and network with everybody
Yeah.
to see where you can find your niche. Like you said, you got to find where you fit in the market and run with it.
Yeah. And if you're the type of person who's never going to be techie, never going to do a video, whatever, stay in your comfort zone, but just do it consistently. Like if you're the person who's like, hey, I'm really comfortable picking up the phone and calling every single person I know, do it. Just make sure you're doing it consistently. Like, not everyone's going to feel comfortable on video, and that's okay. But I would say just at least give it a try. Like at least put a couple out, see how it goes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that is probably, for us, was our hardest leap, was getting to a point where we were like, okay, you know what? We're just going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go on video.
You can't think about it too much because
Yeah.
then it might freak you out. So you just do it.
Yeah.
Just like send it, close your eyes and send.
Yep.
And don't watch it, right? Don't you always say,
Oh, no.
don't watch the video back?
Don't watch it back. Just
gosh.
send it. It's
See,
fine.
I don't know if I could do that.
Send it. All you have to do is full send it. Don't watch it back.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Yeah, I trip over my words all the time. We're human. That's the thing. We're all human. Nothing's
human.
perfect. We just have to roll with it. And this is who I am. If someone, when I send out a video, they're going to get the truest version of me because this is who I am. I'm going to send it out, whether it's good or not. So as long as you provide a little nugget of information that's valuable to somebody, they'll be thrilled to death that you sent it.
And if the information that you provide is punny, you get extra points.
Honey.
My gosh. How many times are you going to say that today?
I got it in one
We
more
should have
time.
made this like a drinking game in the beginning. Like every time somebody says punny,
You have to take a drink
Yeah.
out of Kelly Wineland's tequila shot glass.
Yes. Yep. That's the one.
Love that.
I absolutely love it. Okay. Well, I think this went really well.
I think so too.
I
Got
think so too. It was so
so
fun.
much information, so
Yes.
much good information.
Well, thanks for having me.
And thank you for
This
coming
was so
on.
No, thank you for coming on. I know you made quite the journey to get here.
No worries. Anytime. I love it.
You just want to come back for the mortgage. What are we calling it? Margs and mortgages.
Margus and mortgage. I kind of love that. Like, I think it should be a thing.
It should be a thing.
All right, well, get with us next week to watch Kelly and us get all blasted on Margs and mortgages. We're getting schnockered next
I
week.
love it.
No, we really appreciate you coming out, and thanks for being our
Yeah.
first on-video guest. This is
Yes,
great.
Very
Thank
exciting.
you so much. I really appreciate you guys inviting me, and it was great. I'm very excited.
So wait, are we all going to